Hi Patreon family, thank you so much for hopping on over to this side. I'm so excited to be doing this reading for you. This is my first ever reading, by the way, so thank you for joining me. I really do appreciate you. Okay, so this pick a card reading is entitled What You Haven't Been Waiting For. Okay, the what you haven't been waiting for person that's coming into your life. Now this reading is a reading whereby you are not waiting for a love partner. Some of you have been single for a while and you're focusing on your career, you're focusing on your growth. And this is not a reading whereby you want to get back with your ex. This is a reading about getting into a relationship with a new partner, and for some of you, it's also a reading about not being able to get something off the ground with someone, for whatever reason, due to circumstances. And this reading should hopefully reveal who that person is to you, how that person's personality really is, and how will the romantic relationship unfold. So you've got a choice between pile number 1, which is represented by the purple stone, pile number 2, which is represented by the blue stone, and pile number 3, which is represented by the green stone. So I'm going to give you a moment to choose which pile or piles you are drawn to, and we're going to get cracking on with your reading, okay? Okie dokie, let's go to pile number 1. Pile number 1. Let's take a look at this individual who you haven't been waiting for, and let's see where you will meet them and how you will connect. Okay, so we've got the Death card. So this person could be a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. But I also feel that you could be of those signs too, or have those placements in your chart. Both of you could be Scorpios is what I'm hearing. But anyway, I feel as if you could encounter this individual during a time of transformation, whether yourself or this individual is experiencing this transformation. Now, this transformation could include some sort of loss. Now, maybe I'm hearing for some of you loss of money, because this has got heavy plutonic energy surrounding this, because Scorpio is ruled by the planet Pluto, and Pluto rules death, transformation, sex, regeneration. Same thing as transformation. Money gained, money owed. Okay, some of you, I feel like this could be someone that you connect with and it ends with you both being intimate with each other. You both end up sleeping with each other, but you're not really thinking about anything too deep, because you could be going through a transformation in your life. Like maybe you came out of a relationship, or maybe this individual came out of a relationship recently, and there's something around you and this individual hooking up, and you may have hooked up, or you may hook up with this individual whilst you are abroad. Like you may go on holiday solo, or you could go with your girls, but I'm picking up more for some of you. You could decide to go on a trip away by yourself, and if you do, make sure you are safe as well, okay? But I feel like you could connect with this individual and you may have a one-night stand. You may not think nothing of it because you're not even looking for a relationship. You may have gone on holiday just to get away from some sort of stress that has been going on. Some of you may come out of a marriage and you could be going through a divorce, or some sort of divorce papers have come through. This individual may have come out of a marriage as well. This is some sort of ending that's going to take place or has taken place. And this is going to be around the time that this energy is going to come in. I also feel that it could be a time whereby you just want to explore this individual sexually and do the things that you may have felt that you couldn't do when you were with your spouse or when you were with your partner. So it could be a situation where it's just a raw act that takes place between the two of you, like a raw, explicit, intense, sexual, act that takes place. And then you just may think to yourself, we're not going to see each other again, but I just had to get everything out. That's the type of energy I'm picking up, because your focus is on yourself, right? But I feel that something connects with you and this individual both. You start thinking about each other and you yearn to be with each other. Now, you could meet this person abroad and they could actually live abroad. And that's why you may not think anything of it. This person may not think anything of it. But then when you go back, or when this person goes back to the country that they come from, you yearn to connect again, and you may search for each other on social media, or you may search for this individual on social media. There's something that you can't actually forget about this individual, and vice versa. It wasn't supposed to be a connection whereby you're supposed to just hit it and quit it. Something transformed within the time that you shared with each other. Maybe you spent 2 weeks with this individual for some of you, or 2 days, but something transformed for both of you. You may have both spoken about your past relationships and realized that you were quite similar in how you operate in relationships. Maybe you're both givers and who you are connected with were both takers. There's going to be some sort of connection whereby you see yourself in each other. I also feel for some of you that you could connect with this individual when you're going through a time in your life whereby you're saying goodbye to the past. Someone in your family may have passed away, and this could have been recent, or you're still grieving over some sort of loss of maybe a partner, and this is how you're going to connect with this person. Or you're grieving a relationship, or there's something around maybe losing a home. Maybe this person is disputing over a home. Maybe some sort of inheritance discrepancies is taking place in their life. So I feel like you're both not really looking for a partner, but you kind of have that inkling of, if I do meet someone, I want to be able to explore them passionately. So you're both focused on nothing serious, even if you do connect with someone, okay? So who is this person? I feel like this person, for some of you, could be married with the 10 of Pentacles. Not for all of you, because for some of you, they're going through a divorce, but for others of you, they could actually be married, is what I'm picking up. Or you could be married. But I feel like for some of you, both of you could actually be married. But this individual may be married to someone that is way, 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 way older than them. Or this individual, if they're not married, they could be a carer for their father. And it means that they have to always stay at home. So this person is a homebody, is what I'm picking up. And this is the energy, they're coming off of that energy of I need to release, because there's an energy of them feeling quite repressed, is what I'm picking up. This person and yourself could meet within your neighborhood as well. Or they could come from another town or city. You could also connect with this individual at work, of the Three of Pentacles. This is someone that you could work very closely with. This could be a work colleague. And you could work in different departments. Or you could work on the same team, is what I'm picking up. Because there's some sort of money transactions, I feel, taking place. So this could be someone that you work with, or someone that you meet abroad, or someone that lives in your neighborhood. Now let's take a look at their personality. So we have, there's nothing to worry about. You are safe, and the situation is under the perfect control of divine providence and universal order. Only infuse loving thoughts and emotions into the situation to ensure that the highest possible outcome flows effortlessly to and through you. So this is an individual who's very peaceful. This is an individual who has that type of go with the flow type energy, and like I said, how you would encounter this person, they are kind of going with the flow. Like, they're not actively seeking a relationship. They're more in an energy of, if it happens, it happens. But at the forefront of their mind, they are wanting to be passionate with someone. They are wanting to release, because I feel like they are a Kira, and I'm not saying if you're a Kira, that's how you feel, but I feel like this person is very homebounded, and they don't really get that opportunity to encounter a lot of people. And also, I feel like this could be a person that's just work and home. So they're not really looking for a relationship, and they feel like, if I do have a relationship, how's it going to actually work? Because I'm always at work and I'm always at home. There's no in between. I don't really go out. For others of you, I feel like this individual could live abroad, and you could meet them, like I mentioned before, when you're on holiday. And I feel as if I'm hearing office romance. This could be an office romance for some of you. You could meet this person at work. But I feel like this person is just quite nonchalant, just goes with the flow, quite laid back, you know, that type of energy. And we've got release and surrender. We shower you with blessings of our radiant love. Open your arms and release the challenges that you've held tightly gripped within your hands. Open your hands, arms and heart to our love and assistance. So this person does struggle with releasing from the past. So they could actually hold on to the past. So when you do encounter them, they may keep talking about a past relationship that affected them, you know, and this person could actually struggle with, you know, on one hand, they do have this go with the flow type energy. And I feel like they were forced to have that energy because in their previous relationship, they were very structured in regards to, it's going to go this way, we're going to do this, we're going to get married, and it didn't go that way. And, you know, we all can have that way of thinking, you know, when we think something's going to go a certain way. But I feel like whatever loss they had, it has now allowed them to just go with the flow, and whatever will be, will be. This person is the type of person, like I said, that does find it hard to release the past, but at the same time, they are very open to healing. So they will have like a very healing energy about them because they would have gone through a lot, because they would have transformed, is what I'm picking up. And there is a very, you know, spiritual energy that this person possesses. They have learnt, or they are learning, that nothing is permanent, whether it's sadness or happiness. You know, they are a very in the moment type person as well. And when you speak to this individual, they may have so much wisdom because they've experienced a lot. You know, these are walking psychologists, right? Even if they are not, you know, this is like a psychologist, but they haven't got the qualification to be a psychologist. Like, they understand the human mind so deeply. And I'm hearing know thyself. They know themselves as well. They're very self-reflective as well. And they have this motto of whatever will be, will be. You know, they obviously hope for the best for themselves, but they understand that you cannot dictate everything. You cannot control everything. You know, they're at a place where they're allowing others to just be who they are going to be. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't, you know. But they do expect the best out of life. What do you desire? You know how you now have the opportunity to write the script according to your heart's truest desires. Once you clearly decide upon your true desires and know that you're ready and deserving of them all, they will rush into your life as if by magic. So this person's got a very magical quality about them. Yes, on one hand, you know, they could be, you know, like I said, they're learning to release that type of energy that they embodied, right? Of trying to control everything. But this person could be into the law of attraction. This person is, I'm hearing, very high vibrational. They do have a positive frame of mind. And like I said, they do hope for the best in all areas of their life, and that could include having the best partner. But they're not fixated on having a partner. They're also not fixated on, my partner's got to look this way. They were maybe like that in the past, and they were met with major disappointments. They're more in the energy of, I know eventually I'm going to connect with my soulmate, or the person I'm, you know, going to spend a long time with, and I don't care what color, what background, what religion they are. You know, I just want us to be able to meet and connect on a soul level. You know, they have released all outcomes, is what I'm picking up. But they are manifesting. They do want to manifest the partner for them and the job for them and the way of living for them, especially if they're living in an environment where they feel quite restricted and trapped and they have to care for an elderly person, but they're not going out there searching. So unconsciously, this person's manifesting you. Okay? I'm hearing to free them from, I'm hearing slavery. I'm not saying they are a slave, but at times it could feel like they are just trapped. And if they live abroad, they're not living the best life that they want to live. They want to explore the world. They want to connect with others, you know, and them meeting you has given them hope that their manifestations are, you know, coming into fruition. We have steady progress. We acknowledge you for the progress you've made in remembering love in your daily activities. We can clearly see the contribution that you're making to the world through your thoughts, feelings, and actions of love. So this is a very caring person. This individual is very compassionate. This person's very grounded. They're very stable, picking up Taurus energy as well. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith, or there could be a Capricorn as well. But I feel as if this individual is very traditional, very balanced minded. This person could meditate. Not for all of you, but I feel like this person is very practical, very reliable, and they are a giver, you know, and they like to make sure everyone around them is comfortable. They like to take care of others. They're very charitable as well, is what I'm picking up. Let's see some more about their personality. Okay, so we've got this Jupiter card in the reverse. So we have sharing a two-way exchange through a business partnership or in love will bring you great success, particularly in beauty or design-based careers. So with this Jupiter card, Jupiter is the planet of abundance and good luck, right? And I feel like you and this person may meet at work, okay? You could be a Libra, they could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. Or you could be a Scorpio or a Sagittarius, or they can be a Scorpio, Sagittarius, or a Libra, or you may have that in your birth chart. But I feel like, you know, because it says through a business partnership, and we've got the Three of Pentacles, it does indicate that you could actually work with this person and you both end up dating as well. We have you will experience luck when you put everything into a project, plan, or a relationship. You're also good at helping yourself and others grow by turning experiences into lessons. So I feel like this individual is an individual where they like to teach others about self-development, self-growth, you know. Excuse me, this person does have a lot of wisdom to them. And you may find that you have amazing exchanges with them. You know, your mind connects to another realm whenever you have those deep conversations with them. And they talk about their experiences. They may talk about, you know, their goals, their projects, and it's going to blow you away. You know, this is an individual that may make money from their projects. You know, so if they're at home, if they are a carer, you know, they could be having some side hustle or starting some sort of side hustle is what I'm picking up. You know, and you will find this person's mind so fascinating. And this person does have this optimistic way of viewing things. Like, they don't feel sorry for themselves. They have this energy of, okay, this is what's happening now, but things will get better. Okay, we have Sagittarius. You will experience the most luck when you're open-minded and express the freedom, education, media, or international business career suit or best. But this card came up in the reverse. So I feel like this individual, you or this person could be born on the 5th, or you or this person could be 50 years old. But I feel like this individual could have so much skills and talents that they could profit from. Very Libra-esque like talents, the aesthetics, right? So they could be good with makeup, they could be good with hair, or they could be good with cutting hair, or, you know, making clothes, or doing something creative. But I feel like they sit on their talents, and because this card is in the reverse, this individual could, you know, they could actually suffer from some sort of depression, because you could say to them, look, you could do this, you could do that, and they'll be like, and it could frustrate you, because you could feel to yourself like, you've got all these skills and talents that you are wasting. And this is one of the reasons why you're not happy, because you're not tapping into your creativity. So there's a lot of talents that this person has, but it's almost as if they feel they missed the boat, or there's no room to explore these gifts and talents, which leaves them feeling like unhappy with their life, you know. Very interesting. Okay, so we've got Pluto. Pluto in Aries, you feel you have a higher calling and in a rush to find it. Your love of action can turn into impatience. So I feel like this person doesn't really take action. Again, it's tying into them not really taking action to go after their goals. So they may not be that ambitious, is what I'm picking up. And they may feel like they can't be because they're tired, because they have to, you know, there's something about the family where they're very tied to the family. They've got to do a lot of duties for the family, is what I'm picking up. Could be a mother, could be a father. They may have to look after elderly parents. And this could include if you meet them abroad. They may feel like they can't even come to where you are because they got to look after their parents. Okay, so we have your gentle, protective nature and appreciation, of material wealth can turn into greed and controlling behavior. So this person's very materialistic and they could be very greedy. You know, I don't know why it's coming out like this, but I feel like this person's got like this repressed type way about them because they feel stuck in their life. They could feel like they have to hold on to everything. This could be food. This person could eat their emotions as well. No shade here, right? Because we have all done that in our life before. But I feel like this person is very repressed and they don't emote. They don't, you know, this is for some of you, not for all of you. We've got Gemini. So this person could be an Aries, Taurus, or Gemini. You are easily distracted and hyper. You are open to transformation and you are greatly affected by things around you. So I feel for some of you, this energy that you're dealing with could be in that energy. If they are a person that has to look after their parents and they're housebounded, in their view, they're going to have those traits of being unmotivated. You have to be mindful because these are the type of people that will, you know, snap at you if you want to go after your goals because they feel like they can't, which is not true. They could be quite greedy. So they could be, you know, takers and not givers. But for some of you, I feel like if you're dealing with someone that you met abroad, right, this individual, they want to explore, you know, they're going to want to travel. This person is a traveler, you know, this person is very independent. Okay, because remember, it's 3 different groups I'm speaking to here. There's one that you may meet abroad. There's one that you may meet at work. There's one that may be like housebounded, and that could be the same person that you meet at work, right? Or that could be the same person that you meet abroad. Please take what resonates when it happens, right? And for some of you, I feel like this individual is very protective because remember I mentioned that they are a giver, and they're not materialistic. This is the type of person that would wear designer clothes or not even own designer clothes, but they will still look good. Or this is the type of person that will wear designer clothes, or they will have scrap the designer clothes, right? They will have thousands, maybe $1 million in the bank, but they will still wear normal jeans from maybe Primark, Converse, and a plain white t-shirt, and you wouldn't even know. So this person, I feel, does come from money. They come from a wealthy family, you know, but this person doesn't want to talk about their wealth. They want to connect with someone on a heart level, on a soul level. This person is very focused. They're not distracted. But if you're dealing with another person, that person could be very hyperactive, very distracted, very irritable as well, because they're not where they want to be in life right now. Okay, so we have Neptune. You tend to put undue emphasis on status and material wealth, and you must learn that despite your best efforts, you can't control everything. So this individual, I don't feel like they're materialistic. They want to work to pay the bills, obviously, but for some of you, this person may indulge in the senses, spend all their money on like maybe designer clothes to show others that, look, I am worthy. You know, for some of you, I'm hearing that they're coming out of that energy. For others of you, if it is a feminine energy, she could embody these traits. You know, this is someone that wants to appear one way when they're not. Or they could come from money and they want to be treated like royalty. You know, they could be coming out of that energy because this card is in the reverse. They could be 75. Someone could be born on the 12th. Someone could be born on the 7th, the 5th, the 6th, the 8th. You know, I feel like, because this card is in the reverse, again, there's a huge emphasis of, for some of you, this person not being materialistic. We have Aquarius, you enjoy technology and see the way it connects people around the world for the better. However, you may find it hard to allow your emotions and logic to coexist alongside each other. So I feel like you or this other person may not have social media, or this individual, yeah, I feel like you or this person may not have social media. Say you may not have like a YouTube account, or like an Instagram, a TikTok, a Facebook. You may not have that, or if you do, you're not very active on it. Or this person, because we're talking about this person, right? They're not very active on social media. They don't really like that type of interaction. Pisces, you never have a lack of ideas, but you falter when it comes to organizing and following them through. Remember that nothing is always as it first appears. So this person could be very dreamy. You or this person could be a Pisces, Aquarius, or a Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. And I feel like this person stays grounded. They must have Earth in their chart, because they are quite grounded, but they can get carried away. And when they feel like they're getting carried away, they may like to indulge in the senses to forget about what's going on, especially if they have to be a Kira. But I feel as if this individual likes to maintain control of their environment, control of themselves as well. So they have the capability of overindulging, but they know their limits. All right, we've got Mercury. So you or this person could be a Cancer, Leo, or Virgo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. You have a great memory and you can remember nearly everything. You're also a great listener. So I feel like this person is a great listener. Again, they're very compassionate. They are very nurturing. So even if they are a masculine, right? There's something very fatherly about them, something very nurturing. You know, they've got this energy of, I can look after you, I can take care of you, and they can. You know, they're very focused on the home, is what I'm picking up. And they could have children already, or this person may talk about wanting children. This person may want a family of their own. They could be great cooks, is what I'm picking up. So they are great in the kitchen. They could bake, they could cook gourmet meals. They love family life, is what I'm picking up. Specifically wanting to have a child, wanting to have a baby. So they could be at a stage in their life where they want to have a child, you know. But like I said, it's something that they've released, and they just felt like if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, then it wasn't meant to be. We've got Leo. You're a confident speaker, and you can easily hold an audience with your powerful and bold communication style. You find criticism hard to take, and sometimes due to your sensitive side. So this person could have a Mercury in these signs, Cancer, Leo, or Virgo, or they could be of these signs, right? But they could have a Mercury in these signs. And this person is a very bold and powerful speaker. I'm thinking Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank is a famous British ex-boxer, and he has a Mercury in Leo, and I can listen to that man talk for days. He's so intelligent. And then when he goes into the patois is Jamaican dialect, it's just like a big switch. You know, I'm Jamaican myself. My parents are Jamaican. So it's just nice to see when he does it, you know, because he's so articulate and eloquent. And then when he goes into the patois, he just nails it as well. So it's just like they could have that personality type whereby they are bold and impressive speakers. Like they can do accents. They could be very animated. They're an effective communicator, very confident in speech. We also got Virgo, Mercury in Virgo. You're analytical and love researching and presenting your findings. However, you tend to take on too much because you don't think anyone else could do it better. You know, I also feel like this person's highly intelligent. So you're definitely going to enjoy your conversations with this individual. Highly observant, a confident, bold, powerful speaker. And this is a type of person whereby people will stop to listen to what they have to say. They could sell out, you know. And that's the thing. They've got all these skills and talents that they could sit on. You know, for some of you, they actually because this came up in the upright. They actually make money off their speech. They could be voiceover people. They could be actors, actresses. You know, they could have their own YouTube, their own TikTok, their own blog, whatever the case is. They definitely use their voice to, and they've got beautiful speaking voices, is what I'm hearing as well. And you're definitely going to enjoy the conversations that you have with them. So let's take a look at their romantic style. So again, look, we've got children. So I feel like you could be quite playful with this person, or this person will want to have children with you. But this person does have like this very playful side to them. Your love life is being affected by children. So anything they do, this person may have children already, is what I'm picking up. I feel like this person's got children. So anything they do in regards to dating, they would want to include their children. So if they're going out for a meal, they will see, is it child friendly? Can I bring my kids here? Because they come as a package, them and their children. And when they date to see if someone will be a great step parent to their child. They always have that in mind. Even if they're very attractive to a person, if someone's very childish, they're not going to date that person, because they're thinking, how are you going to be a step parent to my child or my children? How are you going to lead the family? How are you going to be someone that my children can look up to? How's that going to work? So they'll disregard their emotions, and they will, just take a L. We also have separation as well. So even when you and this individual do connect, you may separate. And that could be due to, I feel, if you met them abroad, okay, then obviously you may have to go back to the country that you have come from, or vice versa. And I also feel like you could have some sort of discrepancies over having children. Maybe this person may not want children. Maybe you may want children. Or maybe you feel like you can't be together, or you can't stay abroad because you have children and you got to go back to them. Or for some of you, you may leave a job because you may feel like it's not enough for my family. It's not enough to make for my children. But there's going to be some sort of separation, because I feel like you or this other person may feel like someone's going to be thinking that the other person is childish in this connection. Like, this is not evolving. So that could be an indication to make you or the other person realize, hold on a minute, maybe I do want something more serious, So there will be some sort of separation here. And I also feel like this separation card has come up because you or this person could live with your parents. Or you both could live with your parents. Or there's something about you or this individual, we're talking about them, right? They could live with their parents, and that could be why you separate. So you may see each other a lot. They may come to your house, or you may go to their house, but you may not live with each other because there's obligations elsewhere. Okay, so we've got the Lovers card. So this person could be a Gemini, or you could be a Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, or Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. And I feel like this individual, for some of you, they could be very flirtatious, right? Or you could feel like you may lack trust. You may feel like they are, and I don't feel like they are, but you may feel like they're not going to choose you for some reason. But this person's going to let it be known that you are the one that they want. I'm hearing that 90s song, you're the one I want to be with, you're the one that drives me crazy, baby, you're the one. They're going to choose you. So this could include them choosing you over maybe their family. So in the end, they may decide, you know what, I'm moving out, I want to be with you. Or they may decide that, if their family doesn't agree with the connection, they're still going to choose you. Is what I'm picking up. Again, this is the indication that you may meet this person. You could come from the same background, same community, right? For some of you, I feel like you could know this person's siblings. You could meet through siblings. You could be this person's sibling's friend, or you may be their cousin. It's more because third house energy, which is ruled by Gemini, is about siblings and your neighbors. This person could be a neighbor that you end up dating for some of you. And I feel like, this person could live on the same road as you. But I feel as if you may end up moving in with each other eventually if that's what you want. But I'm not really picking that up. I'm picking more of a distance between the two of you. But it's going to work for you because you will contact each other via... remember, this person is an effective communicator. So you will contact with this person a lot. Or this person will be contacting you. It'll be a two-way thing. It won't be one-sided. So you will be doing FaceTimes with each other, WhatsApp voice notes, texts. You will be doing all of that with each other, is what I'm picking up. So the communication will be very effective in this relationship. We've got the King of Swords. Yeah, you may find this person to be quite aloof and detached, so they may not be overly affectionate, which may make you question them. You may feel like, oh, I bet they're not. This person is, I'm hearing you may find them hard-headed, right? But this person is not the overtly affectionate type, right? They could be a Gemini, or they could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. There's an energy of detachment that this person possesses, and this individual is a type of person to like their own space as well. They could be quite aloof, and you may want someone that is more overt and grandiose, and someone that exhibits their passions and love. You may want someone like that, and this person may not display that, because I'm not saying they can't be that way, but that's not their initial genetic makeup to be open and warm like that. They find warmth through great communication, making food for you, inviting you around, spending time with you. This is the type of person that may just peck you on the cheek, and you might be thinking, is that it? Do you know what I mean? Like, once you get into a relationship with them, and you may feel quite frustrated about their love language, but this person is quite aloof, and you may find them a little bit cold, is what I'm picking up. However, if you want the connection to persist, and if you feel like you can work with that energy, then go ahead. But some of you may feel like you can't work with this type of energy. You want someone that's more warm, someone that's more, mature, is what I'm picking up. But that's what I have for you, pile number one. Very interesting. So please join me again when I upload another video, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care of yourself. Peace out. We're going to move on over to pile number two. Pile number two. Let's see what you haven't been waiting for. Let's see the person that you have not been waiting for. Let's take a look at their personality trait. This card came up in the reverse. You could be dealing with an Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. So this individual could be in a position of power, or they're on their way to a position of power. So this person could be like a deputy manager, or they are on their way to becoming a CEO of a massive organization. So this is something, this is saying to me, I should say, about this person being in the middle of their career, and they are climbing the corporate ladder. They're on their way to something, and they're nearly there, but they're not quite there yet. But however, they're still in a position of power. They are still in a position of authority. This person could be a divorcee. They may have left a marriage that they weren't happy in. This person is very serious. You could be older than this individual, is what I'm picking up. So even though this person has a lot of responsibilities, is what I'm hearing, they are not very serious. Their role might require them to be extremely serious and like stern and everything else, but they are quite laid back. They're very playful. I wouldn't really say playful, but they're not as serious as they should be in this role. I'm not getting any discrepancies about them being in this role, but I just feel like they are inviting a new fresh energy with this role that they're in, because people that are in the role that they're trying to attain or that they're in could be very stern and serious. This person is trying to keep a balance of being serious and laid back, right? So I feel like this person has got a lot of maturity to them. You could meet this person at work. This person could be your boss, okay? For some of you, this person could be a divorcee. So we've got the Four of Wands. You could meet this person at a wedding. You could be invited to a wedding, and you meet this individual, is what I'm picking up. Or this person could be invited to a wedding that you attend to, or vice versa. You could meet at a house party, housewarming party, a picnic, but I'm picking up more wedding here, or an engagement party, but more wedding. I also feel like this person, for some of you, may have been married in the past, or they were engaged in the past, so they didn't become anyone's spouse. So they could be recovering from that, is what I'm picking up. They could actually be recovering from the fact that they were about to get married and it didn't work out. Knight of Cups. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. Or Scorpio. But this, when I checked online, because I always get Scorpio vibes when I see this card, but when I checked online, it said Knight of Cups is a Pisces. Some readers say all water signs, but I like specifics, you know what I mean? So now it's just Pisces for me. I feel like this individual is very romantic. So I feel like you could meet this person, maybe if you're out and about, maybe you and your friends go out to town and you go to a bar, and this person could come over and say, what drink are you drinking? You know, something like that. If you go out anyway, or if you meet them at a wedding or some sort of family get together or some sort of function, outdoor function, they may approach you and ask you, you know, what drink are you having, or something of that sort. For others of you, you could meet this person at work. And that's why we got the Emperor in the reverse, because it's kind of unethical to date your boss, right? So this is why, but you can't help how you feel. But with the Emperor in the reverse, I feel like this could be a boss that is your person that comes in. Yeah, because we've got the Knight of Pentacles. This is my, they say it's Virgo, but I always pick up Capricorn energy. But this person could be a Virgo or a Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. And I feel like this person, for some of you, they could be younger than you. For others of you, this person could be older than you. There's an energy of maturity here. And you could meet them at work. Some of you, you can meet them on your way to work, or you can meet them on your way to visit your family members, like your father or something. Okay. How's this person's personality type? So we've got giving and receiving. Your entire universe operates in cycles. Sorry, the entire universe operates in cycles, similar to your inhalations and exhalations. When you only exhale, which is give, or only inhale, which is receive, you become out of rhythm with the universe. For optimal health, energy, and replenishment, balance each inhalation in your life with an exhalation. So I feel like this person could, I wouldn't say struggle with giving and receiving, but sometimes they can be out of whack in that area. So sometimes they may be in the receiving energy where people are just giving to them. And then sometimes they're in the energy whereby, you know, they are in the giving energy. So they're quite wishy-washy. And for some of you, I feel like this person is actually a giver, because we've got the Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. But with this Knight of Pentacles energy, I feel like this person's selective in regards to who they give to. So they could be only that way inclined to you, or to a select few, right? Or just their father or mother, right? And for some of you, I feel like if you're dealing with another energy, this person is actually a giver. And they do expect the same in return. They're very generous, okay? And we've got entrepreneur. Self-employment suits your disposition and intentions. Working for yourself allows you to better follow your intuition and divine guidance. We are your co-workers. See, this is a co-worker, right? For some of you, you could be the co-worker. This person could be your boss. We are your co-workers and teammates, see? Teammates who remain loyal by your side to ensure your success is in all ways. So entrepreneur. So this person could be an entrepreneur. That's why we've got the Emperor card in the reverse. So they could be starting out in a business, or they could be running a business and they're going to take over this business, right? And you could be a co-worker. But I feel like even if this person is not starting their own business, they got the mind of an entrepreneur. They are supposed to be in a leadership position. They are supposed to be a boss. you know, a manager, whatever the case is. They're supposed to be in the forefront, okay? I feel like this individual is high vibrational, you know, very creative. They could have a very loud and colorful personality. They definitely have, you know, charisma. They definitely make an entrance. They definitely stand out. They definitely are a leader, is what I'm picking up. And they're very grounded as well. They're very humble. Okay, this is someone that is definitely in the public eye. It could be famous, you know, within the community that they belong to, is what I'm picking up. And it's the ear of them not really noticing that. I'm hearing regal. You know, they definitely stand out. We've got heart chakra. Love is the heart of the matter. Your heart is a center within your physical being, attuned most to love. It's safe for you to love and be loved with an open heart as we stand by with perfect protection and guidance. This person does have a big heart, but I feel like they may not express how they feel a lot, because blue rules the throat chakra. But I feel like their heart could be closed off, because remember, they may have, you know, encountered an energy whereby it was quite harsh, because I feel like they were going to get married and they just assumed they were going to spend the rest of their life with a particular person, and it didn't work out, and it crushed them. It made them feel as if they're never going to open up like that the way that they did again to anyone. You know, so when you meet this person, they could have like a closed heart chakra. And I feel like in general, they're very weary of people. But whoever they were with last really done a number on them, really made them feel like love doesn't, you know, exist. And it really hurt this person to the point where they find it so hard to emote how they feel. Expressing emotions to this individual is very difficult. So I feel like they're this way inclined in general. We've got Cupid. We send great waves of love into your heart and mind, awakening your love for life itself. Your clear decisions to accept and enjoy romance has triggered the reawakening. Allow yourself to spontaneously celebrate love in all of its glorious aspects. So this person is very romantic, very, very, very romantic. And they are someone that sees the best in others. You know, they do look at people in rose-colored glasses. And they're very romantic. They're very playful as well. But they have to be quite mindful, because they see everyone in a good light, they could gloss over when someone is insincere. But generally, this person has a very peaceful and gentle and kind soul. They spread love wherever they go. See how the angel is blowing the bubbles of love? So they definitely spread love wherever they go. They are a healer, whether they know it or not. They got a kind and gentle energy. But this is the type of person that a lot of people may have taken advantage of, or do take advantage of. That's why, you know, it's only like after a while they realize this. And that's when they start getting angry, and they could actually misplace their anger onto the wrong people. Because it's like they find out when it's too late. Okay, so let's see their personality. We've got second house planets. You accumulate money easily and you're very generous with your own. You're careless with your possessions. So this person's very generous. They could have Taurus in their chart. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node or Lilith. You feel that survival in the material world is crucial and tremendously difficult. So this person has struggled to get to where they are. This person's a hustler. This person's a grinder. You know, this person... here they want to break generational curses, and you know, this person deserves the success that they have got, is what I'm picking up. You feel a desire to detach from the material world because you see it as a responsibility that traps you. So that they're not materialistic. They are detached from material gains. They're not into all this designer and, oh, I have to keep up with the latest. That actually turns them off as well, is what I'm picking up. You prefer to focus on the joy of the work rather than the responsibility of having to earn money to pay bills. Yeah, this person tries to find fun in their job, right? That's why they bring a lot of colour and magic to their work. So they don't want to think, oh, I have to do this because I've got to pay the bills. They don't like to look at work like that. This is what makes them enjoy work, you know. You may experience losing and gaining large amounts of money throughout your life. So this person may have lost a lot of money. in their life that they can't retrieve, unfortunately, but they don't allow this to harden their heart, is what I'm picking up. This person is very generous. They will splurge on their partner. Once they feel that the partner loves them back in the same way, they will spoil their partner. All right, we got Uranus, Libra. You always have something on your mind and you are constantly thinking of new ideas. However, it can take you a while to get started on a project because of your indecisiveness. This person could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus, North, South Node or Lilith. They may take a long time to date people because they're always weighing up the pros and cons. That could be a little bit annoying for you in the beginning because you may feel like, do you even like me? You know, so this person may be quite indecisive. 1 minute they're, you know, all for you. Next minute they are, I don't think, maybe we should, you know, they could be like that, you know, but you could be thinking, but you're very sure about your job. That's an area which they feel is going to be a constant, but they may out-talk themselves out of why they shouldn't be in a relationship, and then they talk themselves into why they should be in a relationship, for the companionship, for the love making, for the joy, for the laughter. It's like, no, but I won't be able to be independent, or what if that person cheats on me? They have that type of mindset. What if that person, you know, is out to get my money? We've got Scorpio. You like to be different and put a unique style in your ideas. You also keep your ideas a secret until the right time because you don't like hearing criticism of your work due to your fragile interior. So this person could be very secretive as well. So they will hold back on their emotions, but they will feel very deeply. It's what I'm picking up. Sagittarius. They could be a Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node or Lilith. Discovering and building new things comes naturally to you. You love to dabble in everything and keep up with the latest trends. So this person could be quite scattered in some regard. You could feel like, you know, they're all over the place. Like 1 minute they're there. So they may have a lot of energy is what I'm picking up. And this person, because we've got Jupiter here as well, this person may like to indulge in food. They may have like a large appetite. They could be a foodie, right? And they may like to explore different... This person does date outside of their race. It's what I'm picking up. This person is a non-conformist and they're very, let's let that go. I feel like they're very abundant spiritually, and because they have so much spiritual abundance, they attract that outwardly. This is the type of person that most races fancy, okay? You know, they could attract, this person's looks is universal. And it's not just about their looks, it's about their essence. Like they attract, a lot of people fancy this person, right? From all different backgrounds. This is the type of person that dates outside of their cultural background as well. Jupiter shows us the areas in our life where we can attract luck and abundance. So yeah, this person likes to work with people from different backgrounds. They like to date people from different backgrounds as well. We have Neptune, zodiac. You are highly sensitive and you can switch between being empathetic to passive aggressive. You like to follow your instincts when making decisions. So this individual... if they get angry, they are slow to anger is what I'm picking up. And their mind could play tricks on them. Like they feel like people are going to snake them. So they may, like I said, they have misplaced anger for the wrong people sometimes. And then they feel regretful for being that way inclined. And they, you know, connect to the fact that, oh, maybe it's not that person's fault. Oh, because that person treated me like that when I should have actually treated that person like that, but instead I treated this, you know, it comes at a later stage, right? That way of thinking. We've got Leo. You are galvanized by the idea of a cause greater than yourself and view self-sacrifice evidence of hard work. So this person may self-sacrifice. It could be a Pisces. I feel like we've got Sagittarius and Pisces. So this person may overextend themselves to others. And I feel like these are the people that do manipulate and do take advantage of this individual, unfortunately. But it's only until later this person may find out. And I also feel like with this person, they are like a martyr, but they could have like misplaced sympathy and empathy to the point where they don't even have it for themselves. And so they may miss out. So you could find that this individual may take a long time to date you because they could be, you know, focusing more on their friends. Because I just saw the 11th house card, So they could be giving the time and energy that they should be giving to you at first on their friends. You know, and you could be thinking, but we should be doing that, or you should be doing that for me. So it's like misplaced loyalty in a sense. I'm not saying their friends are not loyal, but I will get onto that in a minute. But I feel like, you know, this individual could also be figuring it out how to be like a proper masculine. Maybe they want to follow their father's footsteps. Maybe their father's has been an absent father, so they didn't have any clear direction. Or maybe if they did have a father, the father wasn't the right example. So they're just learning, like we're all learning, and they could get it wrong a lot. But the heart of them is pure, you know. But because you may find them secretive, you may find them, you know, it could be quite confusing for you. Okay, so yeah, we've got you're highly sensitive and you can switch between being empathetic and passive aggressive. So this person is very empathetic. This person is an empath, right? They may not know that they are, but they're an empath, and they can absorb a lot of negative energy because they could have a lot of people that want to suck and drain their energy. And these could be friends, these could be family. I feel like they're friends because we've got the 11th house in the reverse. 11th house rules friends, groups, clubs, you know, organizations. We got you can become too focused on the small details and lose focus of the bigger picture. Remember to free your imagination from the rules of practicality. So you could be a Virgo, they could be a Leo, or you could be a Virgo, Leo, or Cancer, or they could be of those signs, as well as Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius again, or Pisces. We've got Pisces again, we've got Scorpio, we've got Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, and we've got Capricorn here. I feel like this person, you know, they could be coming out of the energy of not putting their friends first, because this includes also, there could be 3 or 4 friends that they have that are toxic. We got friendship and community. The 11th house represents your friendships and who you share your accomplishments with. I feel like this person, they could have friends, but they're very secretive. So they don't tell their friends about their romantic life. Okay, so if you're worrying about, oh, they're going to tell people about when we've been intimate, no, they're not. They believe in separation, right? They do have toxic friends, though, that you may not like. And these friends could be the ones that they, you know, you could be 38, they could be 38. You could be 73, they could be 73. You could be 66, they could be 66. But for some of you, you could be born on the 6th or the 12th or the 8th, the 3rd, the 7th. We've got the 7th here twice. The 3rd or the 8th. There could be birthdays for yourself or this individual also. And I feel like you're not going to like their friends, because you may feel like the friends are trying to, you know, the friends are taking advantage of them. The friends are manipulating them. But also, I'm not saying all their friends, but some of their friends you're not going to like. Some of their friends may not like you because they may feel like you're taking away their friend. And these friends could be toxic, and they may feel like, oh, you think you're brand new because you're going out with pile number 2, you know, or they may not want their friend to mature because there's the energy of this person wanting to mature but being held back, and it could be due to friends. They could have friends that are keeping them codependent, and their friends could feel like if they go and date you, they're going to become independent. Where does that leave me? This is why the friends won't like you. They won't want to see the change. So those friends are toxic, you know. But I feel like this individual will release 3 and 8, 8, 9, 10, 11, 11th house again, yeah. I feel like this individual will release their friends when they get serious with you. So if their friends had control, once you and them are in a relationship, it won't be like that anymore. So let's see what we've got. How's this person's personality? We've got release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. So I feel like this person is very stuck on the past. Because maybe, you remember what I said, they were going to get engaged, but it didn't work out. So this person's past, unfortunately, is going to haunt them. And they may bring up their ex-partner a lot. And you may guide them towards healing that. And I feel like your connection is actually going to, I wasn't going to pull these cards yet, but I feel like it ties in. Because the moon card, this person could be a Pisces, yeah? or you could be a Pisces. In the upright, it's like someone's trapped in fear. They're thinking of all the worst case scenario. But in the reverse, I feel like through your connection together, they're going to heal their past. Because you are very healing. They're going to release their past as well. If they've been stuck on their ex and how bad the ex treated them, your connection with this individual is going to help this person to transform and release the past for good. Because you will have that ability to connect to their soul. Because this person's an empath. And I feel you could be an empath too. But I don't feel like it's going to be intentional. But through your love and general care that this person may not have encountered before in their life, in any relationship, they're going to heal their past and release their past. Because they're going to see the person from the past was presenting themselves as to how you really are. You're going to be the real deal. Who they thought that person was. That's why they're stuck in that energy of not being able to release. Because they're thinking of what they could have had. Oh, you know, we could have been married now. We could have had this. But that person was fake. And spirit made them dodge a bullet. Because who they thought their ex-partner was is who you really are. Someone empathetic, someone full of love, kind, genuine, you know, enthusiastic, ambitious, inspiring, empowering. If they had gotten married to this individual, then maybe their situation wouldn't have turned out well, because they could have been connected to a narcissist. So I feel like your connection with this individual is going to be healing for both parts. Not only are you going to heal them, they're going to heal you also. And you are going to be each other's soulmate. This person may not say it, but they're going to feel like, they're going to feel it. The connection is strong. You may have met in past lives, if you believe in past lives. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. So every time you both may decide that you want to separate for whatever reason, you will just manifest each other back in, you know. And it's almost as if, even if you do separate, or you think, I can't take this anymore, there's an energy of you both encountering each other again and healing what was done in the past that was wrong. Like learning from each other. You'll find it easy to talk to each other, and you'll say, look, I don't like this. Could you not do this? And they may say the same thing to you. Prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. Yeah, I feel like you both have a telepathic connection, is what I'm picking up. And you are both destined to get married. They weren't supposed to marry that person from the past, because they're supposed to marry you. I mean, everyone has free will, but this is what the cards are saying. Like, you're destined to have happily ever after with each other. Possibly children. Merging of families, because I'm seeing families intertwine. There's different colour cups there. So you could have, if this person is of a different cultural background than yourself, you could end up having mixed race children. Or two families from different backgrounds are going to join together. But yeah, this is a true soulmate, destined partnership. This is the real deal. The person that you weren't waiting for. Thank you, pile number 2. We're going to move on over to pile number 3. And let's take a look at pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. Let's get an idea of the person that you wasn't waiting for. Let's see their personalities. This person could be a Leo or Sagittarius. This person's very ambitious. This person is, I'm hearing hard-headed, so this person may not like to listen to people, but this person is very regal, very royal is what I'm hearing. I feel like this individual is an entertainer. For some of you, they could actually be in the public eye. Even if they're not in the public eye, they're destined to be in the public eye. This person's very likable, very social. I feel like this person stands out from the crowd. Like, if they're walking down the road, people will stop and stare. This person does have presence, is what I'm picking up. And this person could come across as independent, not wanting to be in a relationship. They could come across as someone that is a player, but they're not. They're very highly attractive. They have a lot of charm as well. So people could just project onto this person like, oh, I bet they're a player. I bet they're this. I bet they're that. I feel for some of you, this person may... For some of you, they could be in the public eye, right? For others of you, this individual may have had a dodgy past. And the reason why I say that is because we've got the 9 of Wands. And I feel like they may have been incarcerated. They could have been in jail, maybe for 9 years, for some of you for 9 months. But they learned their lesson. They've transformed their life. If they did have a dodgy past, a criminal past, then they're not like that anymore. There could have been some sort of money laundering situation going on, but I feel like this individual is a changed person, is what I'm hearing, right? So when they come out of jail, they may have come out of jail like been out of jail for 9 months, 9 years, for some of you 9 days, right? They're going to be very vocal about their past, right? And I feel more so like 9 years or 9 months, because when you meet this person, they're going to be ambitious. They are going to be working. You know, I feel like this person is an entrepreneur. They could actually work for themselves. For some of you, this person hasn't got a criminal past, right? But people just feel like, oh, they're a player because they look good. But I feel like this person could come from money. They could be rich, very financially stable. I also feel like this individual is, yeah, they're very wealthy, but I also feel like they're very ambitious. So this is a type of person that could be a CEO. They could be a boss. You know, they could run their own business, is what I'm picking up. This person could own their own property. You know, this person's very wealthy, and this person will actually want to commit to you. They may want to commit to you very soon, which may scare you. You might be like, whoa, you know, but they may feel like, I found the person, like this person is not waiting, because as you can see, I'm speaking quite fast, but this person may feel like they may want to commit very soon. This person's looking for their next husband or their next wife that they want to share this abundance with, right? Let's take a look at this person's personality. So we got Pisces in the reverse. 19th of Feb to 20th of March. Pisces are compassionate, devoted dreamers, gracious and sensitive, and enjoy retreats, daydreaming and forming deep connections. Negative traits, escapist, secretive, pessimistic. Yeah, so this person's going to be very grounded. They could be a Pisces, or you could be a Pisces. Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars, Venus, North, South Node, or Lilith. 23, they could be born on the 23rd or the 5th. Is what I'm picking up. 1 second.